Joining us now for a closer look at a lot of this is Dr. Connie Mixon, a political science professor from Elmhurst University. Good to see you. Thanks for being here.
Thank you.
First, let's talk about Illinois. What congressional races are you watching right here that we should all have our eye on?
Well, this is the first general election since district boundaries were redrawn after the 2020 census. And in Illinois, redistricting has given Democrats a significant advantage. Illinois Republicans currently hold 5 of our U.S. House seats, but going into this midterm election, Republicans are favored to win only 3 of our 17 House seats. 10 of our seats are solidly Democrat and 4 are likely or lean Democrat. And Democrats are favored in all of the local Chicago House districts, but the 6th congressional district is one that's gotten a lot of attention locally and nationally. Sean Casten is the Democratic incumbent, and this is a newly drawn district that includes more parts of the south suburbs and Chicago's Beverly and Mount Greenwood neighborhoods. The Cook Political Report just shifted its rating from likely Democrat to leans Democrat. And the challenger in the race is Republican Keith Pekow, the mayor of Orland Park. And interestingly, tomorrow, House Republican leader Kevin McCarthy will attend a fundraiser for Pekow in Oak Brook.
All right, so Connie, put this into a larger context for us with this redistricting you just mentioned in Illinois. How could this impact the makeup of the House of Representatives here?
Well, gerrymandering in Republican states and retirements have opened up numerous paths for Republicans to win the additional 5 House seats they need to take the majority. They only need to net 5 seats. And 538 is currently giving Republicans a 4 in 5 chance of taking control of the House. So I think the atmosphere is right for Republicans to take control of the House. The Senate is still probably too close to call.
You know, you mentioned that Kevin McCarthy, the Republican, is coming to town. Democrats bringing in their own big names. The president, the vice president coming to the Chicago area. That was a little bit surprising to me because usually Illinois is pretty solidly blue. They're not an area they have to worry about. What did you think of this?
Yeah, I think they're calling out their big guns for all of their races right now, and nothing can be assured in this election. You know, midterm elections typically favor the party that does not control the White House. And since the mid-1800s, the party that controls the White House has lost seats in Congress and down ballot in midterm elections. The average loss for the incumbent party is 27 seats. And if you recall, in 2010, Obama lost 64 Democratic seats, and he called that a shellacking. So I think they're shoring up their base and trying to get turnout. And Democrats seem to be on more solid ground after the Dobbs decision, which overturned Roe v. Wade. And it looked like they might have a chance of keeping control of the House. But recent polling certainly indicates that Republicans have regained their advantage and have largely been successful in attacking Democrats on crime, inflation, and the economy.
And do you expect any of their messaging to change in these last few days before November 8th? We know that all those polls show that those factors you mentioned, inflation and the economy, are such big ones on people's minds right now.
It is, and I was just looking at some statistics earlier this morning, and the number of ads that Democrats are running on abortion has decreased. And Democrats have a case to make on the economy, on inflation, on crime, but they just haven't been as successful as Republicans in making that case.
Connie, I want to put you on the spot. Who takes control of the House and the Senate?
Boy, the House, I do think, goes to Republicans, and Senate, I think it's a draw. It's really coming down to like 4 states, and we could see a runoff in Georgia again deciding it.